Hi, my name is Lauren and this is my life. Welcome to my channel. It's been a little while, so I thought I'd jump on and give you all a bit of an update and just have a general chit chat about how my life has been going recently. Okay, where to start? So, health-wise, um, I've been on a bit of a roller coaster with my health, especially my mental health. But that I knew that was going to happen because I stopped taking my antidepressants and I also stopped taking the pill at the same time. So that was a fucking ride. I'm not going to lie about that. I went off the pill because I wanted to see if I was in perimenopause, and I can confirm that yes, I am in perimenopause, and that is like a ride in itself. I've also recently turned 40 in December 2024, and I wouldn't say that I'm having a midlife crisis, but I'm definitely assessing stuff and looking at things through a different lens. Like, it just happened overnight. I just sort of started to see the world very differently. Not in terms of like politics and things like that, but just looking at my kids differently and looking at relationships differently and questioning things and figuring out what's really best for me. So that's been an interesting journey as well. But yeah, back to the perimenopause thing, like holy shit. It's full on. Oh, my kids are calling out to me. Hang on. Okay, that's sorted. Back to the perimenopause thing. I'm going to talk about it because, more people are talking about it now, but it has been so taboo in the past that nobody fucking knows what to expect. Nobody talks about it. You saw your mother go crazy. Sorry, mum. But you don't know when it's going to start. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the symptoms are. Like, there's just such little information or research done, typical, around perimenopause and menopause. So when you start to go through it and you realize, or you take yourself off the pill so you can see if you're in perimenopause, and you are, it's very shocking to your emotional health and your mental health and your physical health. Like, yeah, my PMS has just been fucking insane. And my periods are all over the shop. Like, I'm 10 days early this month. And there's this thing that I found out about I think it's called a neonatal return. When you have the moon in your star sign at the same place where it was when you were born, you have the opportunity, or your body can ovulate at that time. Who fucking knew about that? Not me. So I got this app. I can't remember what it was. I'll probably write it in the description. It's a very good one. Actually, I think it's called Spinning Wheels. Oh, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it in the description box. It tells you about it in this app, and it tells you when you're going to have that possible ovulation. So that was on the first day of my last period. So I reckon I fucking did ovulate, and that's why my periods come 10 days early. But not only that, they're heaps shorter. 1 month they're heavy, the next they're fucking non-existent. And now I'm just ovulating left, right, and center. And that's an emotional roller coaster too. Before, I used to be happy when I was ovulating. It was high energy. Now I get just as cranky as when I have PMS. So perimenopause is interesting. The hot flushes have not been as bad as what they were before I went on the pill, but I think I'm still like processing the hormones of being on the pill. Because, yeah, it was full on. And going off Lexapro at the same time. Clever girl, Lauren. Not. Crikey. Anyway, I'm actually doing really well currently. Even though my period's 10 days early. I'm in a really good mental place now that I've figured all of that out. So yeah, that's a little update there. How's my training been going? I haven't been training because I've just had 6 weeks off work, and I actually ate and drank my way through Christmas, and it just continued on into, you know, the 6-week period. So I gained 5 kilos, but that's okay. And that's the other thing about turning 40. Like, normally I would be training like mad and fucking really worried about it, but I'm just like, oh, I'm working out again. I'll lose it. It'll be right. She'll be right. Which, that's a relief. I've carried the burden of worrying about my weight since I was like 13. It's a fucking heavy burden to carry. And I'm just so glad that finally I feel like I'm free of that thinking. I'm really focusing on self-care, which I've never done. I've done things disguised as self-care, like training and eating well. And then I've told myself that other bad habits are self-care, like hiding in the pantry and eating a whole bag of lollies to myself. Oh, I deserve this. No, you don't, bitch. But yeah, I just want to take care of myself. 40 is a tricky decade, because if you don't start taking care of, like, if you've not taken care of yourself up until you're 40, fucking start taking care of yourself. Because this is the decade. This is the decade where you need to build the muscle that you will have for the rest of your life. Your muscle starts to deteriorate once you sort of hit 40. So now you need to have good muscle now to be able to maintain that. Otherwise, you'll never really be able to grow muscle again. And it's so important for longevity. So I'm just loving concentrating on my weights and doing good form and building that good, strong muscle base. I've always loved weights anyway, so it's something that I already enjoy doing, but I'm like, that's now self-care for me. I'm not running anymore because fuck that. My pelvic floor's shot, right? That is not going to help it. So I'm going to focus on fixing or trying to fix my pelvic floor. I'm gonna look at doing physio and Pilates. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it's something that will become terrible as I age. And yeah, just walking the dog and spending quality time with the kids. That's my motto for 2025, is to slow the fuck down, be in the present moment, and guard my time like it's my most precious resource. Because it is. I'm just starting to sort of appreciate that. Like, I don't know. I think I've just had this realization that, you know, I could only have 10, 20, 30 years left. My cousin just died at 48. I could only have 8. We all could. Who fucking knows? But I think, yeah, it's just time to take care of myself. Anyway, I've fucking been raving. It's been good to catch up. Let's do this more often.